Well, uh, hi. Hi, hi. Sorry, just was adjusting some stuff. How are all of you? Hi, hi. So, we're doing some fun stuff today. We're we're gonna be trying to make stuff that well, one doesn't really think about too often. So, we're going to be making, well, granola bars, and we're going to be making some popcorn, and uh, what else? Oh, we're going to be making like crunchable like bundles of granola too, kinda, and trail mix. Well, seeing examples of trail mix and things like that, and then we'll be talking about trips like we've been on and things like that. So that's a lot of fun. So I forgot to get the granola out. Oh, I forgot to get the oats out. All right, I got the oats. Yay. But probably need to spray the pan. So let's get the cooking spray out too. But yes. No Borderlands today, but with all the traveling we have to do in Borderlands and things like that, I thought it would be a good time to, well, try out some road goods per se, so road snacks, something like that. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing today. Yeah, I've been pulling long hours as well on Borderlands too. So yeah. So it's good to have something by your side. Good. Good, good, good. So, all right. Since Andros is at the store, we'll get started. Uh, let's see. And where'd Cam? Pizza depends on the pizza. Very much depends on the pizza. Well, let's kind of do this. Eat and for free. There we go. Let me right side up it. There we go. Kinda. Hey, hi. Hi. Ta-da! Hello. Hi, everybody. Well, there's my computer in the background. This is my boom arm thing. But yes, we do have the stove set up here, as you can see. Uh, we're going to be making popcorn, so that's going to be fun. That way we can maybe have a movie night eventually. And I did buy popcorn earlier today to show off to you my favorite kind of popcorn. And ta-da! It is a chocolatey drizzled caramel corn. So, I enjoy that one very much. I know we were talking about it. And then instead of powdered cheese, we are actually going to be using nutritional yeast. So this is actually tastes more cheesy than actual powdered cheese and is at least healthy for you. Hi, Meow. I miss you. Welcome back. Okay. Welcome back, Meow. I hope you're feeling better. But yes. Well, let's actually get started with the granola since it takes a while. It says 1.5 hours to chill. So, yeah, gonna need to get to doing that one first. Needing more pain, but yes, much better. Aw, hun. All right. Yes, I do aerosol. Use the aerosol stuff, but it's too convenient. So justification. So from here, uh-oh, there we go. Oh, what the hell did I do? I don't know. Oh well, it's a ceiling. Okay. Let's just quit the program then. All right. Quit program. Quit. Let's see. Will that quit it? No, it did not quit it. How the hell did I flip it? What? Back. There we go. Wunderbar, we're back. All the grabbies? Grabby, grabby. uh, but yes, I'm using my phone as a camera instead because I am cheap and buying Bluetooth cameras that I can maneuver and put around are very expensive. So I will be doing that. So what the recipe calls for actually is 2.5 cups of Rice Krispies, but I actually added about half of that as Cocoa Krispies, as you can see. So a little bit more chocolatey for the flavor of the granola bar, and then the rice puffs and stuff like that. So they're both rice puffs, but one just has a chocolate coating on it. So, ta-da! But yes, this is going to be chocolatey. And then I am going to have to melt down. Wow. Hopefully, I believe it is 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Yes, 1/3 cup. And as you can see, so brown sugar needs to be packed when you do it, or else it's like super fluffy. And if you get cheap brown sugar, it has like horrible clumps and stuff like that in it. So yeah, hopefully You don't buy the cheap stuff, at least. But yeah, so you pack it as tight, see? And then it just goes up in its own little shape. But let me close that up and put that away. You don't want to get any sort of water around or near it, especially since it has the molasses in it and things like that, or around sugar in general, because sugar tends not to like water. Well, tends to really, really like water in a way because, well, it melts in it very quickly, very easily. So we are doing that. And then, ta-da, let's see. 1/3 cup honey. So this is a healthier recipe, kinda in a way. It is chocolatey, so it's for the neurons and stuff like that. But well, hopefully you'll have some good food and good stuff. Like shit. All right. Today has been a very sleepy day for me, though. Um, so my original plan, which was part of the secret stuff, kind of fell through. So I will be requesting, probably again, uh, whatchamacallit, to see if I can get that reviewed again, and maybe from there I will be able to, uh-oh, get it done. So hopefully that plan still goes through and all of you can enjoy it maybe next month-ish, kinda. There is now honey everywhere because I used too much muscle strength. Okay, let's see. Let's just clean up some stuff first. Well, put the honey up. I remember back in the day, it was both interesting and terrifying. The movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was very interesting to watch. So, yeah, I remember being horrified at like the microscopic world that it was literally kind of like everything was out to get you in there and things unseen. It's very scary for a young mind. But then when you're lived in quite the macro world and you go into this microscopic world. So, yes, macro and micro are the opposites of each other. So macro is large, micro is tiny. So how many oats? Oh, but yeah, as I got older, it got better. So, but yeah, how was that movie ruined for you? Oh, Eldritch Horror. Uh-oh. Yeah, probably. Uh, it doesn't like being up or up and about away from its original area. So let's see, 1.2 or 1.5 cups. Okay, there we go. Hi. Hopefully it stops now. All right, so 1.5 cups. So this using very old school technology. I think these cups are from like the 1980s or something like that. So that's a half. That's another half. And That's the last half. But yeah, they don't make things like they used to. Oh, your atoms would collapse in on themselves, and the consumptions of beasts basically would, or beasts and other living beings of that size would literally destroy you. Yeah, that is pretty horrifying. So, all right. So all this stuff is melting down in the honey, which does have water in it. Uh, it is technically bee vomit, so have fun with that. But yeah, at least it's not excrement. But honey is always I do enjoy honey a lot though, but different kinds. Yes. Well, technically, it comes out as well, they take the nectar from the flower, then it comes out as a simple sweet syrup, and then they kind of like age it down and things like that. So all that nectar and things like that just is comes down to so little. But yeah, and you have like things like royal jelly and stuff like that, and always interesting. There's even like new beehives now where you just kind of turn the tap and all the honey just kind of flows out. So it's really weird, but I guess ingenuity is quite the thing. So I'm glad for it. All right. I think this is sufficiently melted, as you can see. Uh, the flame is still on, so let me turn that off. Remember, always turn off the flames. All right. Interesting. Yeah. So I interestingly learned enough that it's something in their bellies that also converts over stuff and things like that. So it was, yeah. I wonder how the first termite was able to give it. I enjoyed my bio classes, but yeah, being in microbio was just like, okay, everything is yucky, the world is dirt, and sterilize yourself constantly. Yeah, microbio and OChem were interesting courses, but it takes a lot to kind of wrap your head around them. Ugh. Okay, all right. Make our lives easy. Yep. But I wonder where the original bacteria came from. Like, that's very interesting. Like, it's kind of a chicken versus egg conundrum. Mm, yes, the phosphorescence. Uh, I I had the chance to learn scuba diving, and I may still, but right now it's just that's a lot to do because you actually have to be up like at the crack of dawn and to be able to do that kind of stuff. And snorkeling's fun and all. I've been snorkeling. I've been deep diving things like or deep free diving. But yeah, I do want to eventually get my license for scuba diving. So I can, and I do want to get my license for splunking, but yeah, splunking can be also horrifying as well. Aw, sadness. I'm sorry, Andros. But yes, we got semi-sweet mini morsels. I actually prefer semi-sweet over most other chocolates because oh, okay. So since you brought that up, uh, we're going to have to watch something. Uh, so let's see if I can find it. YouTube is going so slow. Okay. All right. You're going to have to watch this with me. And I'm forcing all of you to do so. So let me put up this quickly. Okay. And what? Hopefully it comes up. Firefox. There we go. We are,
Yeah, just a routine inspection.
so this is one of my favorite, like, comic kind of things. So, let's see. Yeah, platypi are definitely very strange. Especially since they are venomous, if I remember correctly. So, they do have a nail on them. Yeah, so
Just gotta look around a little bit. Same old here. I mean, everything seems pretty typical.
What? Is there something on my face? Why am I blue? Does everyone glow blue? What does blue mean?
what does blue mean?
What does blue
Blue
mean?
mean?
Yeah, just a routine inspection. Just gotta look around a little bit.
Oh, that is actually
Same
one of
old
my
here.
favorite
I mean,
clips.
everything seems pretty typical.
What? Is there something on my face?
Let me.
Does everyone glow blue? What does blue mean?
All right. So we had fun with that one. That's one of my favorite ones, just because of how silly it is. What is blue mean? What is blue mean? uh, so we'll probably add half of the bag. The duck one was amazing. Maybe during, since Lamp was gracious enough to choose Animal Night, maybe we'll do some reactions and things like that to some of those, the clips. How does that sound? Because I adore them because of how silly they are, but still informative. Mouth. Okay, Lamp. We'll do that. Oh, have you seen True Facts? True Facts was a lot of fun back in my day, where you got some interesting things kind of in place. So let's get the granola in. Sure. And this is actually a really easy recipe because it's room temperature stable for up to 1 week, and it is refrigerator stable for up to 2 weeks. So it's actually great to take on the road if you're heading somewhere. Just you have to make sure that you do let it kind of chill in the refrigerator for a bit. So it did. And I will be eating these as snacks as I play Borderlands. So I probably won't be playing Borderlands as much on stream. Blah. Okay. There we go. Now it's flattening out. And yeah, this is shelf stable for up to a week. It's great for road travel, trips, things like that. Great to silence a child. Just shove one in their mouth and they have sugar and happiness, and you can play the silence game with them. So, yep, 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 yep. Uh, yes, I would love to share with the class. True. True, but in a very morbid, different way. We don't talk about the morbid, different way too much. What? Okay, there we go. All right, so now that's going to sit until probably like the end of stream. And we're all set. We just need to wash the dish later, but yes, we will definitely wash it. And, well, on to the next thing. Next thing is something very interesting for probably a lot of you. I am going to be making popcorn from actual kernels itself. So I have the big thing here. Ta-da! And I just have about 1 to 3 tablespoons, depending on what you want. Uh, yeah, hey, science goes through to interesting places, especially when you want that kid on the plane just to be a little bit more quiet. One that's been kicking the back of your chair the entire time. But yeah, just a cap full of this stuff. It's about a quarter cup. So yeah. Aw, I'm in trouble then. Uh, so the secret behind doing this kind of thing is you get oil hot first, and well, throw some in and have a handy dandy lid because it splashes like no tomorrow and it burns like no tomorrow. I have been oil burned many a time, so it's not fun. uh, oh, thank you, Meow. I'll drink right now. Wow. But yeah. Well, okay. So yeah, we're just waiting for the popcorn kernels actually themselves to pop. So it's no really big deal. The only big thing about popcorn though is you kind of want to wait till it starts getting popping again, and then, well, when I throw all this stuff in it, and then it takes a lot of strength, especially for the bigger stuff, because you have this pot and you're going click, 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 click. So you'll see me in a moment doing all that kind of stuff and probably turning down the flames to like bare minimum. So yeah, that's about sums up how Eldritch Beings does things. Oh, cat fight outside. Interesting. But yeah, they're living. Oh, there we go. There's our first one. There's a cat fight outside. Okay, and wait till all three. One more. All right, all three have been. So we just get that in, and once it starts popping again, we're all set and ready. So you'll see me get all of it coated. Why you have to use fat is because it, well, coats it all and keeps the temperature even around it. So, but it goes very, very quick, as you can see. And why I'm using a wok instead is because I can limit the heated part, so a lot of it doesn't get burned. So around the outside on the edges won't get burned here. So woks are very handy for all walks of life. All right. And we're done. Voila, popcorn. See, popcorn is very, very quick, very, very easy, and it's why movie theaters make a killing on it. So that's why you have to kind of know your food or know how to cook it. But let's split it off into two bowls. So actually, I am going to cheat a bit and use something much smaller for some of it. And then the rest of it will go in the other one. Okay, so you see that here? I am just going to put nutritional cheese. So it's cheesy without being actual cheese. And it's actually better for you. And powdered cheese is kind of funky and hard to store, hard to keep good for a long time, things like that. Wow. So, and as you saw, it was easy enough to just kind of make this kind of stuff. Boy. And all of it goes in. There we go. The rest of it's going to go in there as I put you here. So why put a little bit at the bottom? And I'm going to put some on the top is because the little cheaty cheat, you seal it inside the container. And ta-da, you have seasoned cheesy tasting popcorn. Ta-da. So nutritional yeast comes in handy. Very easy to find it online. Stores for like freaking ever. So it's very good. But yes, I do have the cheaty cheap popcorn that I have. Very good. So this one, I was thinking, uh, okay, caramel popcorn it is. Only for you. Meow. Let me go get it. Let me get the baking sheet out. But this one is gonna go to 11. No. All right. This so technically, caramel popcorn isn't caramel. Caramel popcorn, more often than not, is actually butterscotch popcorn. So let's see, a couple of spoonfuls. So it's made more often than not, it's made with brown sugar, which makes butterscotch, whereas caramel is made with white sugar. This one right here. So you can make caramel corn with caramel, but usually there's a reason why we do butterscotch instead. One, it's much easier, takes less time, things like that. All right, let's heat this up. Get the heat going. I would highly suggest a wooden spoon with this because this is about to get very, very, very messy. And wooden spoons are probably the best and easiest things to clean in the world. So not, as you can see, not too much in here. Just enough to probably, so we just need to wait till it starts double, and boil in trouble. See how it's already getting there very, very quickly. So right now it's in how you see the bubbles right here. It would be in what would be probably between the softball and the hardball stage for candy. You need to go all the way up until it really starts going like this, as you can see. And when those bubbles start to die down, that means you have gotten rid of a lot of the liquid that was in there. So now we're getting towards the caramel stage. So it goes softball, hardball, I think it's string or crack, or then caramel. I forget the exact. But all right, so let's remove it from heat for a little bit and put in a little bit of butter. Okay. Oh. All right, so the butter went in. So we use the fat so it's more malleable and coatable for things. And then well, it already smells like butterscotch. And then we do the secret, which is baking soda. So this is going to make it fizz like no tomorrow. All right. So this is one of those times where a little bit goes a long way, so don't use much, especially since I'm not using much. And as you see, I already put the baking soda in. And now it's already fizzing and changing color. That means it's time for the popcorn to go in. All right. And we're just coating it real quick. As you can see, this takes a little bit of patience. And now, all right, we have a sheet. We have some wax paper, and the caramel corn is going onto the wax paper so it doesn't stick all over the sheet pan. And you just make sure to spread it out. There we go. And ta-da! Basically, you just kind of spread it out, let it dry. And why we use the fat and all that other stuff is so it coats and doesn't hydrate the popcorn itself, because you don't want soggy popcorn. It's not good tasting. So there we go. Quick, easy caramel corn, or technically butterscotch corn. So let me actually just put this where it is drying out. And we can get on to our next thing. Oh, I'll just put this away real quick. And where did I put the brown sugar? Oh, there it is. Yay. All done. All right. But yes, as you saw, that tiny bit went a very, very, very long way. So make less than you expect, in a way, if you're going to do that at home. But be very careful. And, well, for caramel corn like that, it is you make the popcorn, then you put then you make the butterscotch, and then you put the popcorn in the butterscotch. For kettle corn, it's a little bit different. You actually use the pan, and you just throw sugar straight into the pan, and you kind of wrap it up like that. So, well, let's turn you. Hi. There we go. And then, well, we are going to make our own trail mix. So, here we have, well, I usually just buy them from the store, things like that. Trail mix is universal. Trail mix lasts for Hello? There we go. It fixed itself. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm using a laptop, as you can see. The laptop is a little old, so it's a little wonky. So thanks all of you for being patient with me. And I know I always have problems with muting, so that's why I have this stuff for 1 point. I wish I could refund you, but yeah. But a lot of the time for trail mix, it's really easy. Things like this. Get a package. There's always pre-made packages, but you don't need to buy pre-made stuff. A lot of the times, it's a lot tastier actually if you get like things and stuff that actually you can toast yourself. So, like what? Nuts, seeds, things like that are great to be toasted. Well, there's pepitas in there, so yeah. Let me see if we have. So we have. That's a lot of honey roasted sliced almonds. And oh, we have chia seeds. Probiotic chocolate stuff. We have a lot of healthy stuff around the house that we keep just in case. So yeah, let me actually. I know we have stuff in here. Ta-da! Sliced almonds. There we go. We have a bunch of frozen bananas in there as well. Great for smoothies. So basically, if you're having a banana and you have a banana and basically it's starting to turn colors, you can actually what you want to do is slice it up and freeze it, and they're great for smoothies or actually even baking because basically the icicles basically cut it all up inside, and then basically it thaws out, and then you can just smash it up and make very easy banana bread. But yeah, let's see. But so toasting stuff makes it always more tasty, but you always have to kind of constantly be tending to it. So it's just if you're not constantly tending to it, it'll burn very, very quickly. And toasting it makes it, well, we played Peak the other day. So yeah, toasting it gives lots of warm, roasty, good flavors that help keep you energized. As you can see, some of them are already changing colors. So it's toasting goes very, very fast. You could also do this in the oven at kind of low temperatures and then just keep turning it at like certain intervals. But personally, if it's just such a small amount, you can do it on a stove. Like if you're in the woods and you need to toast some nuts, you have your cast iron skillet and basically you're good to go. So you're waiting for this to actually kind of change colors and things like that. And you can also smell when it's getting a little too far because you need to get it off the heat ASAP. If it smells done, that means it's overdone for this as well. So this is why I have it on the tiny flame, which is very low. Because here's the bigger flame, and that one kind of blasts out heat and would go too fast. So it would turn it past its prime and things like that. What goes great in this kind of stuff as well is chocolate, serotonin, kind of stuff like that. Chocolate is good for the brain. Besides, I am very, very partial for or raisins kind of cranberries. So cranberries have super, super duper health benefits, like crazy all over the place. I actually have a giant thing of cranberries I bought today because I was like, I should get this just in case. And so nuts are always good. A variety of nuts is always great. It's easy to pick up at the store, things like that. Trail mix usually runs you the same amount as buying a whole bunch of different nuts. So yeah, as soon as you get the colorization, some of these are starting to turn golden. So I need to probably pull this very soon. So yeah, I'm used to taking like stuff like this on planes and travel and things like that. So it's a lot easier and you can get through the TSA a lot better if they're like just some dry things in a baggie and things like that. If you try and buy anything after usually the TSA checkpoint and stuff, it's holy crap expensive. I think I've bought like, or I've seen for sale like a bag of trail mix for like $10 to $15 or something like that. Something outrageous. But yes, these are really turning golden now. So their colorization is very, very golden. Some of them are still white, but you don't want to wait for the white ones, or else the other ones are going to turn burned. So now you just dump that in, and you're good. So you have a little bit of almond stuff with your trail mix. My favorite are actually to toast up pecans because they start tasting like caramel. And well, caramelized toasted pecans are very, very, very tasty. But yes, I will drink and stretch right now. There. Yeah, supposedly that it does taste like almonds. But usually you stir that into coffee or tea or something like that. Gives that little bit of an edge. One of my favorite things is the chocolate. So chocolate usually goes in trail mix very, very well. But if you're in a place that has a lot of heat, do not add chocolate. So there you go. There's the chocolate. Because guess what? Heat and chocolate do not mix well. uh, I was hiking before, and oh my gosh, it was when I was young. It was during summer. We were hiking to a place that had a waterfall, and we were all going. It was like a 2-3 mile hike into the waterfall area, and we were just going and going and going. The sun beating down on our backs, and we were getting tired and stuff like that. And then we finally got to the waterfall, and so we unzipped our backpacks and stuff, and got out the trail mix and things. And guess what? All the chocolate had melted, and it was a mess inside of it. So we were lucky we had sandwiches as well. So the sandwiches were tasty. We were praying and hoping that the mayonnaise hadn't spoiled. So we were second guessing ourselves for actually using mayonnaise. So if you're going to be traveling a lot, sandwiches are great, but mayonnaise does spoil after like 3+ hours. So it has a chance to spoil after 3+ hours. So yeah, going with just straight mustard is perfectly a-okay. So I adore sandwiches for travel trips and things like that. But yeah, be careful. Yeah. So as you can see, this one has different types of chocolates and nuts and things like that. Tasty. But if you're going to be removing the chocolate chips, might as well add something, right? So, mini marshmallows is a personal favorite of mine, and when it goes into trail mix, especially with nuts, because say if you are doing a camping trip or something like that, well, if you need something to stick together in bar form very quickly, you just cook this down and you have a very quick kind of trail mix bar treat, like a Rice Krispie treat. So it's super simple and makes your life heck of a whole lot easier. But yeah, you can use flavorings like the vanilla extract or things like that. Just be careful. May have added the chocolate too soon. So as you can see, the chocolate has melted a bit onto the almonds and, well, it's coating everything and making little bars out of itself. So I will probably be eating this later by myself. But also another thing you really have to consider is if you're going to need protein, things like that. I would highly, highly, highly recommend this, which is just beef jerky. Um, Beef jerky is easy-ish to make, but you have to kind of get the timing right. Yeah, banana chips are always great. We do have like apple chips, banana chips, apricots, things like that. But yeah, this is Korean barbecue style, so you can basically beef jerky is just meat cut thin, marinated for a while, and then put on one of these. This is a dehydrator. We picked this one up cheap. I think this is the cheapest one on the market, like cheapest decent one on the market. So this is just the Nesco Professional Food and Jerky Dehydrator. And what? Don't go into the water, please. You just spread stuff out on the racks here like this, or you spread stuff out on the rack here like this. I have made sun-dried tomatoes. I've made banana chips. I've made like green onion powder and things like that. Let's see. So you know green onion, right? Those long kind of twiggy things. Well, I turned it down. I turned it into this powder right here, which is very good and very handy, especially if you need something that's oniony in flavor, but not actual onion itself. I know that there's onion powder as well, but green onions just taste a little bit brighter. Yeah, actually, we have proof at the bottom right here. So we made apple chips, seasoned cinnamon apple chips. And we just took them off not too long ago. So I'd use a lot of these to. We're lucky that we grow a lot of herbs and spices and things like that. So even indoors, and because of that, if we can't eat them fresh on time, we tend to dehydrate them and powder them, and it has saved us, holy crud, a lot of money. A lot of money, because basically you just go to your pantry area instead for an item, instead of like having to like buy something fresh or stuff like that. Like I know people swear by fresh, but well, hey, you got to make do sometimes, right? And as you can see, this is literally just marinated and has been, well, turned into jerky over just probably 18 hours, more than likely. Lots of salt, lots of sugars and things like that. Basically, is to keep a lot of very bad buggies at bay. So you can have meat at any point in time because easy protein, what is good to keep you going, good to keep you healing, things like that. So if you keep going, keep healing, you get to go on for a bit longer. Okay, so let's check on the caramel corn now. It should be dry. So as you can see, it is a sticky mess, but it is hard enough where you can kind of just break it apart now. So you just break it, and there you go. You have your caramel corn. Wow. There. Caramel corn is actually great for travel, has a little bit of extra sugar. I wouldn't say it's low calorie, but it's a fewer calorie option if you're watching your waistline, things like that. But yes, add some nuts, add some whatever. I could teach you right now how to use a double boiler. Actually, let me teach you right now how to use a double boiler. So you can melt some chocolate and kind of put it over it. Holy crud, why are you so sticky? You are very sticky. So let me wash my hands because get unstickified. So I need to wash this pan real quick because I'm going to be using it. Maybe not. This is the one that had the caramel in it. Uh-oh. This one may need to sit for a while and let nature work its course. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Let me pre-soak this one because I have made a mistake. So if you're ever working with sugar, it is the most horrible thing to work with. And it is just a horrible sticky mess that never wants to come off anything and basically dries like glue. And well, that's a bit of a problem. uh, what can I use? Oh, this one works. All right, get the pan out. So very easy, very simple. To boil or to melt chocolate, you can either do it. Actually, this is road trip stuff. So even if you go camping, things like that, I should probably show you how to do a double boiler technique. So you need one pan and just enough water to actually boil. All right, that goes on. And basically, we are going to turn this on until it actually starts boiling. There we go. And once that starts boiling, we will put this on top of it, and we will put some of our chocolate chips in it. So that's literally the double boiler technique because chocolate burns, and when chocolate burns, it tastes horrible. And that horrible taste kind of translates to everything else. So you want to avoid it from like separating, burning, things like that. And that's why we use the double boiler method because it's a more gentle heat. And basically, instead of the flame hitting the chocolate directly from below, it's basically hitting the water. Water is vaporizing, turning to it's boiling steam, and steam hits the bottom of it. And basically, it lot. But yeah, uh, boiling water takes a bit though, so let me take a drink real quick. Uh, yeah, when I travel, well, I do travel a lot, or used to before I hit some medical maladies. But yeah, hitting those medical maladies where it was kind of, and so I've been grounded for a bit, but I'm kind of itching to get back out into the world. I think my last trip was I flew toward to the Toronto area, I think. So I was there because I was meeting up with some friends that I met at a convention. So, and then what is it? Uh, I go to Vancouver pretty often, which is a lot of fun. Um, Vancouver is very nice. Basically, they kill you with kindness. They won't, and they are the least Canadians of the Canadians overall because they are quite the international community, and they are very proud of who they are in a way. So I enjoy the Vancouverans. Who else? Uh, what? I did fly over to Shanghai. Um, I made the mistake of flying to Shanghai because it was Chinese New Year's. And well, if I put my hand out in front of my face because of the smog, I couldn't even see my hand. So it was really, really, really bad. And I was choking and gasping and things like that. I pretty much wore a mask and was miserable the entire time. So try and avoid around Chinese New Year's, which is February-ish, and go to another time. So because it is an actual lovely country, and it has a lot of rich history. Just be kind, be courteous, and don't poke hornets' nests because they'll f you up pretty hard. So yeah, be very nice over there. I did take a trip. Where else over there? I've pretty much gone entirely around the Pacific Rim. I've gone to like Venezuela and like Colombia. Where else? Mexico. Um, yeah. There are no problems in Bossing Say. Yes, exactly. All right. So I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit, and we are going to melt the chocolate. Cool. So we'll be using the double boiler technique to kind of gently melt up the chocolate. Okay. Oy. I didn't add too much. You can add as much or as little as you want. I am happy to do a stream about my trips and things like that. That's what I've been kind of talking about here, but yeah, we'll definitely get around the world. Like my trip to Boston was something else, and I I may have friends on the East Coast, but the East Coast is very emotionally cold in its own way. So And just kind of mix this up, make it a bit of a mess. What? Wow. There we go. So, since I'm lazy and not doing anything fancy, I'm just making art out of this. So, as you can see, I'm just pushing this around on the chocolate, and now you have chocolate coated caramel corn. Ta-da! All done. Easy peasy, very, very simple. You can even add it to your trail mix, things like that. Popcorn goes great with trail mix. So, and what else? Yeah, I've been up to Oregon. Oregon was very fun. Um, Oregon, Oregon was, how should I put it? Oregon acts like a certain organ. Um, it is guided by a head, and it's not the one on the shoulders, as people would say. And eh, but yeah, it's yeah, I adore Oregon because of that. It is very cloudy and rainy there, so if you don't like that kind of stuff, please avoid the area. But I'm actually very happy usually around rainy areas. So um, but it that was and they have hella good food. But yeah, Oregon's a lot of free love, kind of in a way. It's like hippie central, and you would think that would be Washington instead, but it's actually more Oregon, but they keep it more on the down low. And then speaking of Washington, I did go there, especially around the Seattle area. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I went to EMP, which is a music place, and I went to a few other different places that were like I went to the Fisherman's Wharf Market kind of thing, and or Pike's Place, I believe it's called, and it was very tasty, and very neat. I saw the fish being tossed around and flying across the bar counters and stuff like that. So that was actually pretty fun. Yeah, I saw the original Starbucks, and it was a line out the door and almost wrapping around the block. So I went to the Starbucks that was literally half a block away, and there was no one in there. So I basically I was cosplaying at a convention over there, and I was just like, I need caffeine to start my day. So, well, technically more sugar than caffeine. So I get things like the frappuccino even when it's still cold, and it, and that's my kind of go-to thing. So it's a lot of sugar, very little in way of coffee. But yeah, I enjoy that area very much too. Very cloudy though, but very beautiful when the sun parts through the clouds. Like I was up on the Space Needle when the sun parted from or it started stopped raining and the sun started showing down with like those things like when what people call God rays. Yeah, basically it was all over the area, shining here and there, and it was really, really pretty. So I was actually really glad that I was able to see that, and it was quite the sight to behold. I tried to take a picture, but cameras back then weren't quite as good as they are now. But even now, it's hard to kind of grasp the sight of it per se. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. What else? Uh, Going up Canada was fun. Mexico was scary. So I was glad I had a guide to Mexico. So have a good one, Bran. Have a good one. Hopefully, no more mic problems, but have a great night. Get some wonderful rest. uh, always a pleasure. Thank you, Bran. But yeah, what else is there? Hmm, I don't know. Mexico was, yeah, I was glad I had a guide because they see they s- if they see anyone other than a Latin individual, basically they see a potential con down there. So the police are not your friend down there. They are more like the mafia and an organized gang. So just be very careful. But if you do pay them enough, they will be on your side, and basically you can pretty much get out of anything. So, yay, drinking and things like that. Yeah. I wouldn't advise that though. Everyone be careful if you can. What else? Hmm. Uh, Venezuela was, don't just be careful of South America in general. Well, like the United States, be careful of the United States too. But yeah, the kind of central Mexico, yeah, central Mexico or central Central America and the northernmost areas of South America are not run by people that you want to cross in any sort of way, shape, or form. And because of that, you have to be very, very, very careful, more so. Um, if you know people from the area, they will take you around the area, no problem. So basically, make friends quickly. So my biggest advice for travel is make friends with the locals quickly, especially like the cab drivers and like people who like take other people around and stuff. Like they will watch your back because they are all over the place, and if they spot you, they just wave hi. And I think I was in Asia where I was like giving, like, small gifts to some of them and things like that, and, like, we were high-fiving and laughing and talking and kind of, like, in our own ways and stuff like that, and basically, they watched the hell out for me. So they saw me and they were like, "Okay, come over here. You're good. You're safe." So, yeah, make friends with the locals, be kind, be courteous, try and follow their customs, try and follow their rules, things like that, and you will have an amazing time. Uh, yeah, it's just be careful whenever you travel because I have found out you if you act like a Canadian, you're pretty good the world over. If you act like an entitled white American, you get fucked the world over. So if you never ever ever say you're from America, say you're like from Hollywood or Los Angeles or California or Canada or even Mexico, rather than saying you're from well, America, because most of the world kind of is not too happy with America more often than not. So yeah, there's been a lot of bad stigma and things. A lot of people making fun of different countries, stuff like that. And I enjoy travel. I enjoy the world. The world is at your fingertips. You have wonderful amounts of food, wonderful amounts of experiences, things that just can be done like the world over. And be kind, be courteous, and you'll get some of the neatest stuff in the best ways possible. Like, I can haggle at shopping because the locals know me, and basically they're like, "Oh, we're not gonna gyp you." And basically, the haggling is more just kind of for the sport and the fun. What else? Yeah, uh, you have to think like, I'm actually haven't gone to Europe yet, so I do plan to go to Europe at some point because I have friends there and I want to visit my friends, but right now a lot of my money is being saved up, so I can't travel to Europe right now. So, yeah, Europe is on my list, especially the Scandinavian countries. I hear they're gorgeous. Um, I do I do have, so, um, being being the elder god that I am, I have a horribly, horribly, horribly mixed bloodline. So I am a little bit of everything under the sun. So, yeah, I'm just kind of traveling all over the world to see all the places all together. So, yeah, it's that progenitor in me where basically my bloodline is kind of just almost everything. So I do have no inclination for visiting like places like Egypt or something like that. I am not a fan of deserts at all whatsoever. Um, like people are like, "Oh, it's great, it's fun," and things like that. No, mm-mm. I hate deserts. Wait, or badlands, deserts, wastelands. Mm-mm. I am not a fan. Like, I know in the what is it? Aw, I'm sorry, Andros. Yeah, I am a beach person. I love the sand on the beach, but I am not a desert person. Mm-mm. It, the desert does horrible things to the body. But yes, I am more of a cool and cold places dweller per se. Oh, oh, how did they create a man-made desert in Poland? Huh. I guess it would be considered a white wasteland or a salt flat, maybe? Yeah, because there are such thing as white wastelands. Ah, so yes, in the desert it does get cold, like ancient cold, and creatures seek out warmth, and those creatures crawl into tents and like to crawl on you. Ah, so yes, a white wasteland. So yeah, it was before it it was known that you need to have X amount of preservation, X amount of things and things like that because, well, yeah. So white wastelands are actually very, very scary. Um, yeah, a lot of people just call them like the burn or the salt flats or things like that. And yeah, no, they're crazy as all heck. But I am looking forward to Europe. Um, I may skate more around the outside of Europe, so closer to the Canadian US side. So I may go like Spain, France, England, stuff like that. Ireland. Ireland's on high on my list because I do have a friend over there, and well, they were like, "Okay, you make the food, I provide the beer." Yeah, yeah. No, it's having waking up with a snake curled up with you, or a scorpion, or some sort of creature curled up with you is nightmare fuel. So there's even pranks of like, yeah. Yes, I do plan to head to Poland. I do have, I believe, Lithuanian blood in me. So yeah, I know I have Irish, British, French, Lithuanian. Um, what else? I have pretty much the entire from one end of the Silk Road to the other end of the Silk Road. So yeah. Uh, like literally all my blood is from like literally. Like it's literally from one end of like England, Europe, or France, kind of over there, all the way down to like China and all that over there, like literal or the Silk Road and the Spice Road, as they call it. So I have blood all the way from one end, stretching all the way to the other end, and then basically in a band around the other side of the world through the more native folks of the America. So yeah, I have a lot of interesting blood in me. So I'm from all over the place, and as it should be for a progenerator type creature. Mhm. So I am experiencing knowledge from all generations, and it's a lot of fun. Mm. Um, yeah, that's what allows me a lot of the times to help a lot of people, especially in my line of work. I do help a lot with mental health, things like that, and people understand you best if you are willing to kind of put yourself out there and help them, and that's great. But yes, I do plan to travel to Poland at some point. Uh, so sorry. Hi, lovely. Hi, hi. But yeah. How was your raid, your giant mission? How did it go? But yes. What else? I do plan to visit Iceland. I do plan to visit Greenland. Um, I kind of do want to do the Viking route kind of thing because literally I'm literally that band around the world. So kind of want to see the whole like do the around the world and what was it? Around the world in 180 days or whatever that's called or something like that. So that would be a lot of fun. So Lamp, you're gonna have to show me around. Oh, so nice. As long as you made a good buck, right? I know you were spending on some different other types of cargo and stuff, so things were getting pretty expensive in there. But yeah, I I enjoy the northern hemisphere. I'm not so sure about the southern hemisphere. I'm happy to make you food too. We can make the pierogies, right? I do have that blood in me, so I have been taught how to make pierogies. So yeah, I know how to make a good pretzel as well. I'll probably be making pretzels come Oktoberfest. So we will do something Oktoberfesty come October. Pierogi, yeah. Ye- Yes. This is chocolate caramel popcorn that was made from scratch. So, as you can see, it's peeling off the wax paper right now. So, well, we made the popcorn and then we uh, made a butterscotch sauce for it, which is the actual correct way rather than caramel. And then we tossed it with a bit of chocolate, and now we have our, well, a mess. We also have trail mix and mini marshmallows and things like that. Um, so we also have the shitty version of the caramel popcorn, but I like this one better because I made it myself. Trail mix with mini marshmallows and stuff. Actually, let me dump the popcorn inside that so I can wash this big tray later. Oh, okay. And goes in. Yes, we were talking about travel stories and things to eat on our travels. So there we go. That's all made from scratch. Wow. Eh. Oh, it's crunchy and sticky. Let me put this back here. We also have our cheesy popcorn made with like nutritional yeast, things like that. So very, very tasty. It's a nutritional yeast mix that makes it taste exactly like cheddar cheese popcorn. So we have a salty and a sweet. Yep. And then we cooked this earlier because of breakfast, but this is also great for road trips. Coffee cake. Sour. Good good on ya, but yeah, sour would probably be a drink or something like that. Probably blood, but yeah. Coffee cake while driving is amazing. You just pick one up and you just go at it like a bar. So, yeah, especially when you're drinking coffee, it goes great. Go figure. And then let's get them out. It's been about an hour and a half. We have our granola bars or our Rice Krispie type granola bars. So, as you can see, they lift out real easy and you can cut them into cubes. Super duper easy. Oh, yes, homemade lemonade. We actually have that in the refrigerator right now, I think. Yes, we do. So, I was an Anime Expo volunteer, but yes, here's homemade lemonade. We have the ability to make lemonade, so I made lemons from the lemons. So I usually drink the honey lemon tea with lemon. So you tend to usually have lemonade and things like that on hand. So let's see. Let's cut this up. All right. Ta-da! And basically, you can cut this into any size. Oh my gosh. You want uh, okay. You can add protein powder into the mix and things like that if you want that as well. Oh, okay, almost done. Wait. Just the last bit. And you now have Rice Krispie granola bars that didn't need to go into the into the oven, and it's all set and made. But yeah, very nice, very simple, very easy. Put it back together. Keep it in the fridge for a little while so it lasts for 2 weeks. Ugh. So one of the few things that you can actually leave out on the counter, but I do plan on making a road trip at some point across, what is it? Probably United States, Canada. It would be really nice to as well. Um, Europe, I don't trust myself, especially on some of the roads there. So, uh, yeah, Europe is may have to wait for a road trip. What else? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, I did buy Where did it go? I did buy a special kind of granola as well. Uh, where did I place that granola? So a lot of granola is actually very good just to take on trips in general because of their very, very, very long shelf life. And because of that very, very, very long shelf life, I found it. So, strawberry vanilla granola. So, dehydrated strawberries, vanilla cooked into the granola little bits, things like that. So this is great, great, great just to take on a road trip and stuff. It doesn't melt. It just kind of feeds you. It has that bit of sour that you wanted in it too, because a dehydrated strawberry is both sweet and sour, so it's always nice. So I always kind of keep this in a baggie just in case, and it lasts for like ever. So it's always good to have on hand, like some granola kind of stuff like that, even if it's like that kind of broken up type of stuff. So, all right. That was a big night. So let me go back to hi. How are all you doing? So, I will be releasing my schedule. Oh, there we go. I will be releasing my schedule like usual. Uh-oh. I'm flying somewhere. On. I'll stretch and drink. Where am I? Yay! Let me restart Autodol real quick. So I am all stock for we will be actually releasing that schedule come whatchamacallit, Sunday. By Sunday night, they should. I will be working on the server, the Discord server, so it doesn't at everyone all the time. So hopefully I will be able to fix that and you'll be able to just sign up for if I'm streaming announcements. So that way I can stop bothering everyone with an at everyone. So, what is happening this Saturday? Uh, that's a good question. I'll plan it out. And I actually, you know what? We've been doing a lot of cooking streams, and one of the first sub requests was an origami stream. So I actually, since they did since Tired I Very Am did ask for an origami stream, I probably on Saturday will be doing an origami stream. What? There we go. My hair is being a menace. Welcome back. I had to do some stuff to fix some things. But now my hair is being a menace. All right. Yes. And no. There we go. Less menacing hair. Not waving at you. Yeah. Now just Attack of the Living Booba. All the shake or rattle and roll. But if there are any games you can recommend, I know Inactive actually or Mastit recommended Fear and Hunger, but I was planning to do more horror type stuff in October, so I may pick up like Horror at Highbrook and a few other ones, so we can do more Lovecraftian type horror things. But otherwise, yeah. I could do more travel stories. We could plan that pets kind of one for maybe Thursday. Hmm, maybe good to actually plan it for Thursday. So, well, we'll see. If any of you have any recommendations, things like that. I know I was I was harassing Starry a bit, and I know Dat wants to play Final Fantasy 14. So I may actually show off my Final Fantasy 14 character. So that way I can run around and do some missions. I am at endgame Dawn Trail, but not at the end right now, where I think it's 7.31. So I need to get caught up because Dawn Trail was kind of rough for me. I was going through some rough stuff in my life, so I just finished Dawn Trail and then kind of left it. So, but I do have my maxed out classes, so that's always fun. What else? Well, uh, oh, once again, the announcements for Mondays. So I am going to be learning how to sing, dance, draw, as well as doing exercise to build stamina. So on the Mondays, we're going to be switching off. So like the first Monday of the month is going to be I think it was a dancing stream. No, it was singing, then dancing, then drawing, then exercise. That way I space them out so I wouldn't get too tired on camera. Yeah. But yeah, if we have 5 Mondays in a month, we'll see about what we can do for that one. Uh, maybe learning video editing or something like that. So that way all of you can grow together with me. So I'm happy to have that with you all. And well, that should be it for the night. I'm on my little computer, so I probably can't raid anyone. So for now, I say ta-ta and have a good night. And I'm going to be resting this weekend, and it has been cooling down. So yes, I probably will be in lazy clothes and things like that. I may send a picture or whatever. So just keep an eye out on X and stuff like that, or Twitter. So have a good night. Have a good one. Hanya. Bye bye.